Hi friends, Travis here, and we're back with another likes, dislikes, and final thoughts video for our recent cruise on Oasis of the Seas. Carlos is here with me because he was with me on that cruise, and it's easy for me to, get him on camera because we share a room. Anyway, so yeah. We're gonna do this in our usual format. I'm gonna start with the dislikes and then we'll do the likes and then some final thoughts at the end. I like to do the dislikes first so that we can get the negative stuff out of the way and then just be happy-go-lucky the rest of the video. But just as a little bit of a disclaimer, if you're noticing the first couple of bullet points are negative, that's on purpose. It does get positive in the end, I promise. But anyway, yeah, let's roll right into it. All right, so first we're going to start with the dislikes, as I said, and I think I'm going to start this off with, well, actually, I'll go first. We're going to do 3 dislikes and 3 likes, and then we'll both give our final thoughts at the end. Okay, so the thing that I didn't like first and foremost was the size of the ship. It's just really hard on a ship that big to meet people and mingle, and like you see someone the first day and you'll never see them again, that kind of thing. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword, or it's a little bit of a bittersweet comment because it's also great, because they had so many more offerings since it's such a large ship. So I think for me that the range of ship, like in Royal's fleet, that would be perfect for me is probably like Freedom of the Seas, that class of ships, which would be considered medium for them, because they're big and have a lot to offer, but not so big that you get lost in this floating city for several days. But yeah.
My turn. So the thing that I didn't like about Oasis of the Seas was I guess it wasn't their fault, but the weather was a little choppy. So I was able to feel the ship, as huge as it is, rocking back and forth. So I just can't imagine what it feels like in the smaller ships.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of crosswind on our sailing, and the thing about the larger ships that I think that is interesting is that the way that the motion happens is a lot more kind of bigger and like smoother in a sense. It's not that choppy, bumpy stuff that, you feel on a smaller ship. And I think because of that, Carlos, I think you said you felt like you were drunk, right?
Yeah, I felt I was drunk the entire
time. Yeah, you
time.
get this kind of like constant like swaying motion. We took motion sickness pills and stuff every single day.
No pukes.
Yeah, just to be safe. And that day, I'm definitely glad we did, because we were all feeling it, for sure. And then the last thing I didn't like, and this is kind of like Royal Caribbean at large, and this is like a problem that I've had with them for a while, but especially lately, they're just really expensive. I feel like their base fare is already a lot more expensive than Carnival, MSC, even, some of the other name brand cruise lines. But then on top of that, you've got to tack on excursions and, like the drink package and all that stuff is separate from the cruise fare. And it adds up really, really fast. And, on this sailing, it was a 4-night cruise, and I feel like we paid as much for a 4-night as we could have for like a 7-night on MSC or, like a 5 or 6 night on Carnival. So I don't know. It is a bit of a premium experience compared to some of the other ones, although not MSC. But what I mean by that is MSC is more premium in my opinion.
I agree.
But for the amount that you're paying, I definitely feel like more should be included, or at least you should get more bang for your buck in that it's a longer sailing or whatever. All right, enough of that negative Nancy stuff. Let's talk about the positive, because there were tons of things that we loved about Oasis of the Seas and this particular sailing. And we've isolated 3 of them. But I'll mention a couple other things in my final thoughts later on in the video, but we're going to have Carlos start us out with this category as well.
So what I did like about Oasis of the Seas is that you're able to drink while you're in the hot tubs. When we went on other cruise lines, we couldn't. We had to leave it behind. So that was a positive thing in this experience. So if you like to drink, you will like Oasis of the Seas.
Yeah, drinking is a really big part of our cruise life and experience, as you've probably seen from our videos. So when you have a drink and you can't take it into like the hot tub with you, or you're in the hot tub and the bartenders ignore you, that's kind of frustrating. But on Oasis of the Seas and every royal ship I've been on, they literally come up to you in the hot tub and take your drink order, and then they'll even deliver your drink sometimes on their head to you straight to the hot tub. So yeah, I agree. And then the other thing that just is second to none on this cruise, and I've been on 9 cruises so far, and I would say this is probably number 1 in this category, is entertainment. There was just a million things happening all around the ship at all times. The like theater shows and different events were very, very top, like high quality. My favorite being the Aqua show, but we also saw Cats.
We went to a nice show. We went to a dance show. We went to a lot of different things.
Yeah, they had comedians, like everything you could possibly think of. It's there in addition to water slides and zip lines and all that stuff on top of it. But yeah, so definitely there's not a lack of things to do on the Oasis class ships.
Lots to do: miniature golf, zip line slides, water slides.
Yeah, we were never...
Anything you can think of, yeah.
We were never bored, that's for sure.
And I think the last thing that, another thing, the third thing that I like about the Oasis of the Seas was the Bolero, was it nightclub or bar? The bartenders there were very, very good at making drinks.
Sorry, it's Boleros. Our notes, I misspelled it on the notes, that's why he said Bolero. But anyway, it's Boleros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just it's their Latin bar, but we found really good bartenders there. That's something I definitely recommend if you are a drinker. Find good bartenders like as soon as you can. And we found them there.
Exactly. So just make your rounds to all the different bars and find the ones that make the best drinks.
Yeah. And what was the drink that you that sold you? Nikolai was our bartender, and Tuya, those two guys. What was the drink that sold you?
The margaritas. I usually like margaritas, but they're usually very sour and tart.
And salty.
And salty. So I told him to make it a little bit sweet. So he added agave honey in it, a little bit of orange and stuff like that. So it made it a little bit sweeter, and it tasted really delicious.
Yeah, and Carlos and his mom were drinking those all week. Yeah.
They're really, really good.
All right, and last but not least, we're just going to kind of give our final thoughts. I'll start this one, and then I'll let Carlos actually close out the video for us. You have to say my closing phrase and everything, so hopefully you remember it. He claims to watch my videos, so I mean he should know by now what I say at the end, right? Anyway, so I'll start with exactly. But I'll start with my kind of final thoughts. Oasis of the Seas, I think, had a lot more pros than cons for us. I love the ship, and I know I said in my dislikes earlier that I didn't like kind of the size of the ship, but those Oasis class ships are definitely impressive ships. It's a little bit on the older side. It's the oldest in the class, but it doesn't show that. I think they've updated it really nicely. It felt really new and fresh. The staterooms were a little kind of showing their age a little bit, but the main areas of the ship were really, really good. Entertainment was great, like I said. We actually... on the last day, we're trying to extend. We were going through the app and trying to price it out, and it just didn't work out because we had a couple extra days to spare at the end and could have extended. But anyway, that's how much we liked it. We wanted to stay longer. We also had a really cool excursion. Since we only had one port of call, we were able to do an excursion that was a little bit more kind of elevated compared to some of the stuff we normally do. And it was worth it, definitely. We had a good time at the Chachoben Mayan ruins. Then we had a full tour there and some food, and and I know his mom really liked it and stuff as well. By his mom, I mean Carlos's mom, because she came with us. If you haven't seen the vlog series yet, I'll put it in a card above. I probably maybe already have, but we'll see. It'll show up, and you can click on it and go check it out, because we've got several videos of our daily adventures there and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I had a very good time on this cruise. Very, very high on my list of top cruises so far.
So my final thoughts is I also enjoyed this cruise ship a lot, but I still like MSC better. MSC was my very first cruise ship. I just think they're just a lot more elegant, higher end, for less price, I guess, or for cheaper. So even though I did like Oasis, I prefer MSC better. for now. I still have more cruises coming up with Carnival and Disney cruise, or a Disney cruise coming up. So those are my final thoughts. I mean, I recommend it if you've never sailed to experience one of the biggest ships out there. It's like a floating building. So those are my thoughts. I guess that's it. I guess he said I was gonna close it out, so we'll talk soon.
Oh no,
I don't know.
There's a lot more to it than that.
Or click subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, I'll do it. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and you all have a good night.
Bye.